The Republic's second assault on Geonosis, despite ending in victory, was perhaps one of the most ill-conceived battles of the entire Clone Wars. But why is this, and how could it have been avoided?
Good thing those bugs can't aim.
Now, after the first battle of Geonosis, many in the Republic believed that the Geonosians were more or less out of the war. The clone army had basically shown up and obliterated a large portion of the Geonosian infrastructure, ensuring that their support would be relatively worthless to the CIS. However, when discovering the new weapons factory, the Republic was overzealous. They believed they would storm in as they did last time, destroy the facility and leave. And it's for this reason that they failed to organise a backup plan. And that's the first mistake they made. We see them totally disregard a large fortress as irrelevant simply because they didn't intend to attack from that way. It's for reasons such as this that when things went wrong, the Republic struggled to adapt, solely relying on the Jedi's improvised plans to actually succeed. In fact, if it wasn't for the Jedi, it's very likely this entire offensive would have failed. So it's pretty obvious that the Republic was overconfident. They didn't expect the Geonosians to put up that much of a fight, they thought they were still very much handicapped from the first attack. And it's pretty clear they didn't expect the CIS to be as well prepared or dug in as they were, and it's for this reason the CIS's flak cannons made light work of the invaders' air assault. However, one of the largest issues was how the Republic carried out their initial assault. As opposed to bombing or using orbital bombardment from their capital ships to flatten the enemy defences and destroy their cannons, the Republic chose to simply land troops on the ground using their gunships. They didn't even assign them a fighter escort to accompany the ships, meaning the Geonosians' small and very agile fighters, combined with the cannons based on the ground, obliterated the large and relatively cumbersome and slow gunships. In fact, I don't really think that the Republic expected any sort of air support on Geonosis. We see no evidence that suggests that there was any sort of fleet or capital ships around Geonosis, suggesting that the Separatists had not fully committed to the defense of the world. Instead, the Geonosians were supplying their own fighters and deploying them from the world's surface. As well as this, with many of the gunships being destroyed as well as a great deal of troops, their armoured transports such as ATTEs were also severely reduced. And without these armoured transports, they were not able to push through the enemy's defensive line. This essentially reduced the main assaulting force on the world to solely infantry, and as we know, the CIS forces combined with the Geonosians will have outnumbered the Republic. As well as this, we see the Geonosians using a plethora of equipment, from tanks to small agile speeders. This made their troops far more diverse and allowed them to strike both quickly and hard at the invading positions. The final factor, in my opinion, that the Republic failed with was preparing their troops. There's little to no evidence suggesting that many clones had experience with fighting aliens instead of droids. They'd been trained with droids and they were used to fighting droids. For this reason, they weren't prepared for the hordes of flying insectoids to attack their positions. And they weren't ready for the erratic flying tactics that their pilots used. In some cases, such as using flame troopers, it proved to be a very useful tactic against the Geonosians, but generally they were using standard troops with little to no experience fighting the diverse alien species. Ultimately, the Republic's overconfidence and lack of planning resulted in the unnecessary deaths of thousands of troopers. But what do you think the Republic could have done to be better equipped to combat the Geonosians? Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If so, please like, share and subscribe as it's always appreciated and helps the channel grow. Also, let me know if you'd like to learn more about some of the battles of the Clone Wars or the Galactic Civil War. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter @TheLoreGuide for regular updates, and if you do want to stay up to date on all my videos, don't forget to tick the bell. Thanks for watching, I do hope that you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.